Honestly, I always have ideas. I have business ideas out my ears, and I don't know what to do with myself and why I have all these plans and ideas, and they're all so different because I don't specialize in any of those. And am I supposed to chase after all my dreams, or am I meant to pick one? I don't know, and I don't know which one's the right one. So, they say God gives you ideas, but why is God giving me 10 ideas? When I was 19, I became a real estate agent. Worked for New Zealand's number one real estate salesperson, who was working for Ray White's. He got done because he had been stealing money from his rental portfolio. You know how if your house is on rent, you pay some extra money for the real estate agents to take care of your property? Well, he was stealing that. And I wanted to be like this guy back then because he had this beautiful mansion. He would send us out to do all sorts of things, even send us out to go pick up his car because he's been drinking the night before and Ubered home. And so part of our job would be to drive out there wherever he had left it and bring his car back home. And I was his personal assistant, so I went out and got contracts signed, and this is at 19, with no work experience prior to that. And it was really out of my comfort zone. I was so out of my comfort zone, but I'm so glad that I did it, because if I had not, I have just learned so many skills from being put in that position, as uncomfortable as it felt at the time. Temp work with Samsung as a logistics officer, and then I found out I was the highest paid in my cell because the manager for our team was ex-army, and she was logistics as well, and she thought, oh, this girl knows her shit, not knowing that I'd only been in the military for 5 seconds. But anyways, after I did my 6 months temp work, I left and went back to the military because I was on leave. I don't know if that's allowed, but that's what I did. And then after the military, I left in 2022. And you know what I did? I did a lot of things. I learned PT, physical training. I got certified, and I worked at City Fitness for honestly 1 whole year. Yeah, I did 1 whole year of PT, and I made a lot of money doing that as well. I met Ketamine. Ketamine is a New Zealand drag queen. She does performances and stuff, and she was on RuPaul's. She was the winner of RuPaul Drag Down Under. I don't know what that is. Maybe New Zealand, Australia. I don't know. But anyways, she was the winner of that, and I was her PT. How crazy! And I met a lot of interesting people on my journey, and I'm so grateful because if you don't put yourself out there, you never know. And honestly, who would have known that I would have been a PT for a celebrity? And I'm not even that fit. Honestly, I have a lot of experience and knowledge, but I don't apply it to myself because I get bored so fast. My discipline is 0. And there's something that I need to work on, but yeah, crazy, yay. The one other celebrity that I met was this guy called Chris, and he was the winner of Love Island. Oh my gosh, and he was my boss. Okay, so he had a lot of faith in me. Actually, I feel bad for leaving City Fitness, but City Fitness was just a thing. I wanted to know if I could do a side business and how I would do in that. And honestly, it was so much fun just designing programs and having all these ideas. I could do fitness at the park, I could do this there, but then mortgage changed, and I really needed to get a full-time job. So yeah, and then I found working with Civil Aviation Authority, and I'm there currently, but it's shift work and it's killing me. I don't have consistency. I already don't have discipline for fitness, and now I have no consistency either in my time. So I gotta change. Okay, wait. There was one other close to a celebrity person that I met in my journey of in the PT era. So who did I meet? I met and she's a close friend of mine now. Her name is Zahida. So she is a lawyer, and she's been a lawyer for years. I don't know, 20 plus years. But her daughter makes keto meals, and she's quite well known with the celebrities like Joseph Parker, Butterbean, and I think I've seen like rugby teams endorse her, especially Pacifica people. And I mean, she's a millionaire. So just coming that close to making it, you know, like, it's just crazy. Like, you just put yourself out. Look, in 1 year. Okay, so 2 other businesses that I had tried was I did lashing. So I went, when I was in the military, I used to go get my lashes done, and I absolutely loved her vibe. She had like a setup at home. She had client after client, and I was thinking, damn, like, you know, she told me how much she made, and I was just blown out of the world. I was like, is that even a thing? I just, like, my mind was blown. Okay, I was like, wow, you can make that much money just sitting at home. So you know what, when I was on maternity leave, I went and did a lash course, and it cost me $1,000, but I made that $1,000 back and more. Like, I started doing eyelashing after my 9-to-5 job, and honestly, I would make an extra $600-700 a week, and that was our spending money. How cool is that? And who did I meet when I did lashing? Who did I meet? I met some celebrities as well. Okay, so the last part of the story, like, this is my series about all the side businesses and side hustles. My other one was I did thrifting. Okay, so I went when I was pregnant, couldn't walk around. I would I couldn't stand, I couldn't go to work. I went and did thrifting, and I would look for all these Levi jeans and then sell them on Trade Me, and honestly, every single one sold. And another thing that I have learned in my corporate journey and being involved in all these different levels of the corporate world or the working world, even the military world, PT world, is that your appearance matters. If you're gonna be a physical trainer, girl, you gotta be fit. You gotta look the part, at least look the part. When you look the part, if you're a guy, you look the part, you're gonna get clients out your ears. And if you're a female and you look the part and you are a mama and you got fit, I mean, you are your own advert, you know, you are your own testimony. And that was so important. And like I said, I didn't have discipline. I was fit when I was doing PT. Like, I was strong. Well, I was the strongest I had been because I took up powerlifting so I could learn proper techniques so I can teach my clients. And not even just, I'm not just talking about PT. I'm talking about everything, in all industries, especially like when I was a real estate agent. You know, I was half my size and I was 19. And so I got a lot of attention because I don't know, because guys, you know, beauty, presentation, it's just like, it just upscales you. Okay, if you see somebody selling food and their nails are like unkept, long and dirty, like, would you buy food from them? Another thing I noticed is that you get a lot more favor when you attend interviews if you look the part. Not even look the part, if you look fit, strong, healthy, like you look after yourself, you put energy in yourself, then yeah, they're going to look at you and trust you. Like, oh, this person is disciplined, this person looks after themselves, this person means business, look at them, they fit, you know, they take care of their and when you speak as well, you speak with confidence, you know who you are, you're not going in there to lie and to pretend that you're somehow going to fit into this role because it's your passion. Like, you do some research, you do the best you can. Okay, you do the best research you can on that. You ask people questions if you can, and really know your stuff before you go, and know what you have and how that's going to help them in their business. That's how you